name is Bevan Lawrence. I'm a retired lecturer from university. And about a decade ago I wrote a book. It was called The Treasury of Belusha. Now this story could have come about in two ways. Well, the first way it could have come about was that I was in hospital having a triple bypass. And in my room there was another man. And of course I opened a conversation with him. And it turned out the most interesting thing about that man in general was that he had 75 grandchildren, 16 children. I felt sorry for his wife. I felt sorry for him too, because he'd have to remember 75 different names. But anyway, he came from an island in the Pacific. Now, that started a spark that a family member had told me of a person in the Pacific. The family there had a similar job to this man, and they actually knew each other. And so I started to look into this possible story, and it turned out that the man who lived in this Pacific island who also supplied diesel fuel to the island, turned out to be a count. And it surprised him and surprised me, surprised everybody. In fact, in a way, he went with his daughter to Europe to see what it entailed. He owned a large piece of land with a big chateau on it. And he had a bright idea when he was there to turn it into a hotel. In the meantime, I was researching the history of that chateau, and I decided basically that it had a marvelous history of generals and soldiers, etc., that had been there and had carried on from there, and that they had a certain amount of fortune. Well, hunting down that fortune is basically the story. Now, it's both fact and it's both fiction, so that should excite anybody really from a story's point of view. Anyway, on we went, and it goes all the way from Europe to the Pacific Islands, back to the UK, and eventually the hero of the story ends up with lots and lots of money. It's an international adventure. You can imagine being part of it. It's very, very exciting, and I do hope you buy the book, and I do hope you give it to your friends to read and enjoy that book. So look for anything written by Bevan Lawrence and you will find an exciting story. And thank you for your time today. Goodbye.